Okay, did you see the recent update about GitHub's Copilot? Apparently, it's evolving to write code even more intelligently.
Really? That's fascinating. I initially thought AI code generation was mostly about shortcuts, but it feels like there's more depth now.
Right, but I have to wonder, is it actually improving productivity or just creating more dependency on AI for coding?
That's a valid point. Some studies suggest that while it's helpful, it might cause some developers to skip over learning essential concepts.
Exactly. It's like having a GPS that sometimes makes you reliant on directions instead of understanding the road.
And what about GitHub's advanced security? It promises to help find vulnerabilities automatically, but can we trust that?
Good question. The automation can definitely speed things up, but what if it misses a critical vulnerability? That could be disastrous.
True, we really need to consider the limitations. Automated systems aren't infallible. They can lack the human intuition needed in security.
Also, thinking about the implications, does relying on such AI systems shift our focus from understanding code security inherently?
It might, and that's concerning. Security is about context, and I wonder if AI can genuinely grasp that nuance.
Then there's code spaces, instant dev environments. I mean, that sounds amazing for collaboration, but how does it adapt to diverse needs?
Yeah, it sounds like a great equalizer for developers, but I can see issues where personalized setups might get lost in the cloud.
Exactly. If everyone is using a default environment, it might hinder creativity or the ability to customize workspaces effectively.
And speaking of creativity, how do we balance automation with the need for innovation in programming?
That's a tough one. Coding is part logic, part artistry. If AI does the thinking, will that influence how new ideas are generated?
I've wondered the same. There's a risk that AI could streamline things so much that we lose original thinking and versatility.
Right, and let's not forget about ethical concerns. Who owns the code generated by AI? There are conversations brewing about intellectual property.
Exactly. It can get really murky. If a piece of AI generates code based on data scraped from existing works, who gets the credit?
That opens up a whole other can of worms, doesn't it? There's also the issue of bias in machine learning that can affect how the code is generated.
For sure. If the training data has biases, we might end up with systems that replicate those biases in the code they produce.
It's such a complex web. Imagine an AI being tasked to write inclusive code, but it learns from biased sources.
Totally. So it becomes imperative for developers to scrutinize AI outputs critically and not treat them as infallible.
Speaking of scrutiny, think about how AI tools like code review function. They streamline processes, but they're still just tools.
Indeed, they help identify errors, but they can't replace the nuanced understanding a seasoned developer brings to the table.
And isn't that the essence of effective collaboration? Combining human insight with machine efficiency could yield the best results.
Absolutely. Maybe the goal should be augmenting human capabilities rather than simply automating tasks. More of a partnership.
That's a refreshing perspective. We should increasingly think of AI as a collaborator, not a replacement.
Exactly. I think this approach could open avenues we haven't even begun to explore, especially in creative coding.
So if we're saying AI is a collaborator, what should be our foundational principles for this partnership?
Great question. Maybe principles like transparency in decision-making and understanding AI limitations should be priority.
Those are excellent starting points, and we also need to think about continuous education to keep pace with evolving AI.
Plus, integrating ethical considerations into our development culture is vital. Developers can't just be code monkeys anymore.
Exactly, we're shaping tools that influence future technologies, so we have to be responsible about that.
It all seems interconnected. The evolution of tech isn't just about the tools, but the mindset of the people using them.
Right, it's about how we adapt our values as we incorporate AI into our processes. That keeps us grounded in good practice.
Exactly. Thinking about it, could we also argue that this is an opportunity for a new renaissance in how we approach computing?
Wow, yes, it could spark a renaissance indeed, melding technical prowess with ethical standards and innovative thinking.
I love that idea. I guess it really comes down to our ability to balance technological advancement with human-centric values.
Well said, so the question remains, how can we ensure that we don't lose sight of these values as we forge ahead?
That's the challenging part. Engaging the developer community in these discussions is crucial to navigating the future wisely.
For sure, it's an ongoing conversation, and who knows where it will lead us in the next few years.
Absolutely, let's stay curious about these developments. They might lead to unexpected yet brilliant innovations.